Hi everyone! Today I wanted to make a video on how to grow out your hair. This has been a long time coming because I have been growing my hair out for a really long time, and I have some things that have really helped me along the way and are some really good tips for people who do want to improve the health of their hair and allow their hair to grow longer. So, just a bit about my hair. I cut all my hair off January 1st, 2010, and I had like a bob. It was really short, so I'll insert a picture of that now. And then ever since then, I've just been growing it out. I originally was just growing it out for my grad, but then I just got used to having long hair, so I still have long hair. So I'll just show you how long it is. This is it. So these are my pajama pants and these are my hips. So I mean, I do get my hair caught in my belt, so that kind of gives you an indication of just how long my hair is, so maybe that qualifies me to talk about this. So first of all, I want to talk about just your lifestyle and how you kind of take care of your body, because you really are what you eat. Now, I know this is kind of like not what you want to hear, but the healthier you eat, the healthier your hair is going to be. So eating a ton of fruits and vegetables, drinking a ton of water is really going to help the health of your hair. That's probably the hardest thing to change of the things I'm going to talk about in this video, but it's definitely one of the most important ones. So next is kind of a controversial one, and that's how often you should cut your hair. There are a lot of people out there who are going to disagree with me, and a lot of people who are more educated on hair that are going to disagree with me, but I don't think you need to cut your hair every 6 to 8 weeks like how they recommend. I think that you know when you need to get a haircut, and you can use your own judgment, but I think that if you're trying to grow out your hair and you cut it every 6 weeks when it doesn't need to be cut necessarily, that's really going to slow down your progress. A lot of people can't tell the difference between dry and damaged hair. There's a major difference, and if your hair is just dry, you can do a lot of treatments on it that are going to make it feel a lot better, and you don't necessarily need to cut off dry hair, you only need to cut off damaged hair. And so I would say, use your own judgment, keep your hair healthy at the ends. If it's really unhealthy, cut it off, but like when I was in the period where I was really growing my hair, I probably cut my hair once a year. And that sounds really bad, but my hair grew a ton, and I saw really good results. So another major part of keeping your hair healthy is minimizing the amount of damage you do to your hair. So that can come from heat styling, color treating. When it comes to heat styling, there are a few things you can do to minimize your damage. Number one, always use a heat protectant. Always, 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 always. They're cheap, they're accessible, they're easy to find. There's no reason why you should not be using a heat protectant. Now, a lot of people think I'll use that when I curl and straighten my hair, but they blow dry their hair every day without a heat protectant. Blow dryers use heat. I mean, you need to use a heat protectant for all types of heat styling. My favorite is the ones by Tresemme. I got this Keratin Smooth one. I don't see any difference between this and the original that comes in the black bottle, but they're like $3, $4, and they are so effective. So definitely use one of these. Another thing is use the lowest heat setting on your heat appliances that you can use. So experiment, try out the lower ones first, and if they're effective, don't go higher. Now, one of the biggest things that I cannot stress enough is get your hair wet between each heat style. This has been the hugest tip I can give in this video. Completely changed the health of my hair. If you think about how heat styling your hair works, this is used as a barrier, right? So when you curl it or when you straighten it, you're burning this instead of burning your hair. And even if you do put that on the second day, it's not quite as effective as if you were to actually get your hair wet and then let it dry again. You can't curl and straighten straw. I don't know if you guys have ever had this, but I used to curl my hair a lot before I was growing it out, before I really knew about hair. And, you know, you'd have that one piece that you would continue trying to curl, and it just would not take. So you would try again, and you would try again, and it just wanted to hang straight, and you just couldn't style it. And then you would get it wet, and you would let it dry, and then you would curl it, and it would work fine. That's the same kind of thing. You know, you have to get your hair wet between each style. Then for coloring and stuff, number one, try to stick to your natural color. If you're going to stray away from your natural hair color, I mean, get highlights, get foils, that kind of thing, rather than asking them to completely bleach your entire head of hair. If you're going to make a transition to a different kind of color, do it in steps, do it in stages to minimize the damage. Talk to the person. Well, first of all, I would definitely recommend going to a salon. And talk to the person in the salon, say, I want to do this in a process, I want to do this in steps to maintain the health of my hair, to keep it as strong as possible. And then also, heatless styling is a huge, huge tip. This might be a bit harder for people, you know, who have a more difficult to maneuver hair texture than me. I mean, this is my natural hair. Pretty easy for me to talk, right? I mean, it just dries like this. But I just always think that you embrace your natural texture. Try to work with it. Don't try to completely change how your hair looks every day, straightening it, curling it, blow drying it, you know, all these kinds of things. So, some things that I really love, and I use these every night pretty much in high school. Well, grade 12. I loved the look of my hair curly, so I used rollers. There would be no heat on my hair. I wouldn't even blow dry it. I just let my hair dry in these. I can do a video on how to use these to curl your hair if you want. I will insert a photo of me having curled my hair with these. Do braids, do ponytails. Try to find hairstyles that you like, that flatter you, that, you know, you don't have to style your hair for. I mean, there's so much out there. Just try to find what you like. For blow drying, I just wanted to mention, don't blow dry your hair from soaking wet to completely dry. If you're going to blow dry your hair, maybe let it air dry to 90% and do the last 10, or, I mean, do the first 50% and then let the other 50% dry naturally. Do what'll work for you and your hair type. Another thing I really wanted to mention is washing and conditioning your hair. First of all, washing. Try to minimize the amount of times you wash your hair per week. I don't think anyone needs to wash their hair every day. So many people think that, oh, my hair is oily, I need to wash it every day. Well, when you wash your hair every day, you're stripping your scalp of oils, so it's overproducing oils. So washing your hair every day is making your hair oilier. And slowly you'll be able to extend that, and your hair is going to thank you. Now, as with what I was saying before about getting your hair wet all the time, I get my hair wet every day, even though I don't wash it every day. And I think that's really good for me, because that allows me, well, my hair will dry like this, and also that means that when I get out of the shower when it's wet, I'll put on my leave-in treatments, which I'm going to talk about later on. So even though, you know, my hair's not getting washed and conditioned, it's still getting those leave-in treatments every day. Next, for kind of conditioning treatment kind of things, use products that are appropriate for your hair type. As I said earlier, I have really thick, heavy hair, so I actually use deep conditioners as normal conditioners because my hair can take it. If your hairs are really fine, easily weighed down, really thin, tends to fall flat, I mean, you're probably not going to be able to get away with that much heavy conditioning on a regular basis, but definitely try to incorporate heavy treatments maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, that kind of thing. So my favorites are, it's the Aveda Dry Remedy Moisture Treatment Mask. This is absolutely amazing. It makes your hair feel so soft, so moisturized. Another one I really like is, I don't have it with me, but it's the Redken Butter Treat. I use that for like 2 years straight as my everyday conditioner. It's just absolutely amazing and I love it. These kind of treatments, these deep moisturizing masks, They allow your hair to kind of feel like it's been cut when it hasn't. They make your hair feel brand new. They make your hair feel so soft and manageable that, I know this sounds bad, but it kind of tricks you into being like, oh no, I don't need to cut my hair, it feels great. And I know that's probably really bad, but honestly, that's one of the big perks of it. When you're touching your hair, when other people are touching your hair, they're not going, oh god, her hair feels horrible and dry. They're thinking, oh, her hair feels so healthy. And then after you get out of the shower, the bath, or whatever, I think it's really important to use some kind of leave-in. Ones that I would recommend are Moroccan oil is probably my all-time favorite. I love this stuff. I've also used almost an entire bottle of Cheese Silk Infusion. The Healthy Sexy Hair Soy Tri-Wheat Leave-In something or other, you know what I'm talking about, super famous. That stuff is amazing. All these kind of leave-in treatment things are going to help your hair easily to be able to comb through. Speaking of combing through, I think it is so important to use some sort of wide tooth comb. I know tangle teasers are a big fad thing. Do not run a brush through your hair when it's wet. Now, as I was saying earlier, I get my hair wet every day even though I don't wash it, and these things kind of help your hair feel good, look good in between washes, and give it that little extra bit of moisture if you are planning to heat style. As I was saying, how your hair is so susceptible to damage when it's wet, when you get out of the shower, just gently, this is how I do it. I would never twist, I just kind of, what would you call this? I squeeze the water out of my hair and then put your hair into a towel. And then I would never rub the towel all over my hair. That's going to rough up your cuticle, give you lots of frizz, cause breakage. Just leave it in the towel and then take it out of the towel. Maybe pat, but never ever ever rub. Now lastly, I just wanted to leave by saying, treat your hair as if it's a silk garment. Like, you only have one head of hair and you're going to have these follicles, well, not this particular hair, but this is all you've got till you're dead. I mean, take care of your hair and don't yank on it, don't put it in really tight ponytails. Treat it as if it was a silk garment. Brush it gently, comb it gently, use low heat. I mean, this is what you've got, so work with it. Try to maintain it, try to take care of it. Try to embrace your natural, try to treat your hair so delicately. Eat healthy, minimize damage, condition it like crazy, and give it time, and you will see results. If you have any more comments, questions, tips that you think I've forgotten, leave them in the comments below. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.